Well, of course, this Sunday we celebrate Dad, and what better way to do that than by throwing a big old steak on the grill, something like that. We've got Kirby Moir here on this Food City Friday, and even Kirby says Dad needs a little meat for Father's Day.
I love celebrating Dad, and I'm excited because Food City really has taken all the guesswork out. They've made it super easy. They are doing a meal deal that is going to be featured all this weekend where you can get some of Dad's favorite dishes in one convenient bundle. But I wanted to give some tips today of how we could amp up that nutrition game and still get some good flavor on that plate.
And Dad's not going to know we're trying to give him the nutrition. He's just going to have this big hearty meal he's going to love,
That's right, absolutely.
We're going to sneak in the other stuff.
Yes, and with this meal deal, you're going to get your choice of certified Angus beef. It's going to be ribeye, you can get filet, you're going to get a grill-ready side. You're also going to get twice baked potatoes and a loaf of bread.
All of that in one bundle.
All of that in one bundle,
nice.
Right? So we kind of like it. I mean, some people would say, Kirby, do we need to add more? And I think the answer is yes. But the first thing when we're looking at that beef, of course, when we think about most men are getting enough of their daily protein. So we really look at what's the quality of your protein? Where is that coming from? And we recommend doing lean cuts of meat. Luckily, filet qualifies as being that lean cut.
Oh, nice.
Yep, it meets the saturated fat standards. And then beef, of course, provides some of those essential nutrients. I kind of like to shout out iron and zinc, but zinc for Dad is anti-inflammatory, it promotes immune health, and it helps with our DNA replication, which is a fancy way of saying it helps us age a little bit better.
Oh, nice. I like that. I'm going to use the DNA replication.
Yeah, there we go. Drop that at your next dinner party.
Yes.
And then, of course, since we're already focusing on between those choices, going for the filet, I also recommend maybe pairing a classic surf and turf to feature another lean protein choice like shrimp. Again, seafood at Food City, super simple. These were just ready to go, pre-done, but you can always ask our seafood specialist to steam some shrimp for you, steam any of our things we have. So while you're featuring that beef, I think that's a fun way to get some more rich nutrition. And of course, we get some omega-3 fatty acids from fish. And shrimp has not quite as much as salmon, but still some of that anti-inflammatory effect, which is great.
And they do the seasoning for you, and
yes,
everything's just
super
ready,
easy.
so you can just throw it on the grill.
And again, I think the surf and turf is that elevated. We need to treat Dad to that special meal. So it's a great kind of combination. And then as we talked about the bread, which of course most people were like, how are we going to remake this? Dietitian Kirby. I would say feature this in a salad. So you can do a grilled romaine lettuce on the grill. Put that on after you do your steaks. I did a little bit of garlic and lemon. It only takes 1 or 2 minutes, and I do half cooked, half fresh. So you get a little bit of that flavor, but you still get that crunch. And then slice up that bread. You can use that as like a crouton. Or a grilled bread. Goes great to the shrimp, so you could feature that with kind of a grilled Caesar salad. Goes great with that lean filet as well.
Okay, and when you did your romaine lettuce on the grill, do you throw it on? Do you chop it and then throw it on?
Yeah, so a good little hack you can use, if you take a potato and cut it in half and rub it on the grill grate, the starch from the potato is actually going to give you a little bit of protection there without adding oil. So you will notice it won't stick. You don't need to do it for too long. It only takes about a minute or two because it will get a little soggy if you leave it on for too long.
Okay.
But I like to, again, let that cool down and add that with a chilled lettuce. So you get that little bit of warm salad, but still getting that crunch.
Oh my goodness, and with that fresh Parmesan cheese.
Yes.
And we even get a little dressing with
we
our
get
salad.
dressing, yeah. So I sent you all a recipe to make your own yogurt-based Caesar, but this is from our produce section. It's over with our fresh dressings. This is a much lighter version of that Caesar that uses a yogurt base. You know us dietitians, we love yogurt, but you still get that creamy Caesar. And as we talk about reducing some of that saturated fat with our meats, if we're gonna focus on our other toppings, we should kind of try to be mindful of that at the same time. So this is a great swap.
And I think Dad is going to be very happy.
Absolutely.
And we've even got some other ideas coming up for you a little later on in the show. We'll look forward to that. Kirby, thank you. As always, great to have you.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Hey, for more information, too, on their Dine with Dad, there's the information on their meal combo for this weekend. Some great prices, 3 days only. We're back with more of our Food City Friday coming up here a little later in our show.